It's the morning of Thursday, April 30th on the Auburn Torch. Auburn women's golf has its draw for the NCAA Regional. Let's take a look at the field. Today on AuburnTorch.com, ladies and gentlemen, it's Sophia Gross. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sophia. She's back. Auburn new gymnastics coach Ryan Roberts. You already saw this news. If you're listening to this, you saw this. Finalized the coaching staff yesterday. As you're listening, if you haven't had a chance yet to read what I did post on AuburnTorch.com, I'm sure you've heard the gist of it. But a little rundown on each of the new hires, including Sophia. So that's at AuburnTorch.com. This is a free one, so we've got more on associate head coach Asia Sims Fletcher, assistant coach Adam Duncan. Just a little bit more about each of them. And, check it out. You can almost, I'll say, I mean, you can already see kind of the identity of this staff just from, their introduction. And obviously from what Ryan said at his opening press conference, you can already kind of see, the identity being formed here, and we'll see how the team kind of takes it on, and we will see, and I hope I can talk with Ryan and maybe the assistants too a little bit more about this, but you can kind of see the identity, and I not to toot my horn or whatever, but I kind of plucked out and focused on in this story that the story about the press conference, which if you haven't read that one yet, it's 5 takeaways. One of them was about the staff. It's a little bit out of date, but the other 4 are still good if you haven't read it yet. But one of the things he said, just a very small line, was we're not here to blend in. And I think what you're seeing here, just calling it objectively, this isn't the most experienced staff. But what they are going to try to do is not win with experience. They're trying to win with, having the right people, having people filling different roles, and trying to do things different and trying to do things in a disruptive way, which is what he says with not trying to blend in. We're not just trying to go along with the flow, because the flow is that, Georgia and Florida and Alabama are at the top of the SEC. In order to buck that trend, they've got to be disruptive, and what you're seeing is a young staff, and you hope what comes with that is a hungry staff, and just a different identity. So you could easily, if you're just calling it pros, cons, whatever, if you're just writing it on a chalkboard, is this the most experienced staff in the SEC? No. I mean, honestly, I wonder what would happen if I add up the years. Maybe I'll do that this summer. But hungry and all different people, right? So Ryan, I'll absolutely give him credit for this, was when he was talking about assembling his staff at his press conference. I mean, obviously he had pretty much all but the ink dry on all of this, so he had it all figured out. But he was saying he wanted, he was talking about, in a roundabout way, paraphrasing, kind of just accentuating what he brings and doesn't bring. You know what I mean? Like filling gaps. So he was like, I want my second in command to be a woman, right? Female voice. Wants, he wanted a technician, assistant coach, kind of the numbers guy. And that's what this Adam Duncan guy is. A real, analytics type of guy. And then obviously Sophia's the other one, which is like much younger, someone every single gymnast on the team knows that they can talk to, right? And so just knowing, like, so he knows what he is and he knows what he's not. I think that's a credit to him. I think that's, hey, smart enough. So we'll see. These are this staff seems to be made up of 4 very different people. I'm not gonna lie, 4 very different people who bring different stuff to the table. But maybe just maybe have that. All have one thing in common, and that is that we're not here to blend in. That little punctuation of trying to be almost a startup, the upstart. Auburn isn't starting from scratch at all, but when it comes to dismantling the hierarchy of the SEC, or overthrowing kind of the years and years of what's been going on in the SEC, it's like Jeff did a tremendous job kind of building steadily Auburn up to where it is, and this plan is to take that, keep going up, but then also maybe lob a grenade and just kind of disrupt and change and do zig where they zag, which is something I've thought Auburn football needed to do for a long time. We will see how it works for Auburn gymnastics. Like I said, hey, who knows what'll work and what won't work, and learning experience for everyone, learning experience for people who are getting on the job experience. But yeah, we'll see. But very exciting and very cool to have Soph back, man. She's as an individual, she's great, and as a gymnast, she was great. Women's golf. Here's what I wanted to talk about mainly today. Auburn women's golf has its draw for the NCAA tournament. Auburn will be heading to basically Louisville. It's apparently in Simpsonville, Kentucky. And they'll be playing on May 11th through the 13th. Top 5 teams from the regional 3 rounds of stroke play, if I'm not mistaken. Top 5 teams all make it to the NCAA championship. So you just got to make the cut, right? Just gotta make the gotta get past the cut line. So some of the top contenders Auburn is playing against up there will be number 6 Arkansas, number 8 Iowa State, number 19 Ole Miss. And those are the only top 25 teams. Then there's Houston, Virginia Tech, Kansas State, Indiana, College of Charleston, Xavier, Western Kentucky, and Murray State. So it looks like a pretty favorable draw for Auburn. Llewellyn is kind of saying in here, she figures they were maybe the highest not number 1 seed. They're a number 2 seed, but... So I guess Arkansas is the 1 seed at this regional, but she's like we're probably the highest not 1 seed, right? Just based on how it went down. She said the grass is a little different up there. That Kentucky bluegrass that they talk about. So the greens and all the grass might be a little bit different, but just something to get used to. And then so six regional sites across the country. 5 teams from each, so 30 teams advance to the national championships. I'm going to sneeze. False alarm. Held it back. And that's going to be in Carlsbad, California, in the national championships, May 22nd to the 22nd through the 27th. So no match play at this stage. Match play comes back around at the NCAA championships. That's May 11th through 13th here. And I wrote down for the men. The men are a week behind. The men's selection show is next week. It's May 6th. And the men's tournament is May 18th through 20th. Tomorrow, it's April 30th as you listen. Tomorrow, big day for tennis. Both tennis teams playing in their regionals. Auburn will be at home. We'll see how this weather's going to be. Hopefully the weather could cooperate for the women. If not, I'm sure they'll play inside. But they'll try to play outside as much as they can. But the Auburn women play Bryant in the first round, and then obviously the other round was Miami and North Florida in the other first round. Winners will advance to Saturday. So what else? Everything else. The men are at the Waco Regional, so we'll be following that one as well. And softball's playing. They got one win out of their last one. They're closing the regular season at LSU. Baseball's also playing this weekend. Those are both on the road. So really tennis is the only thing at home this weekend that I can see. So anyway, all right, let me get out of here. That's all I got for today. We'll be back with more tennis coming soon as we're marching toward the big weekend. NCAA first two rounds, round of 64 and rounds of 32 this weekend for both Auburn tennis teams. So we'll be back with more of that tomorrow for Friday. And until then, take care.